Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into the Putback Podcast with Cole and Tyler.
Hey?
Before we get things started today, let's make sure you check out our Instagram and our Twitter. On Instagram, you can check out a preview of this podcast every week. I think we're still doing that, right?
We are, yes.
All right, and then, if you haven't noticed, we have a new intro, some putbacks.
I thought that was fire.
I think that was on Instagram too, wasn't it?
That is on Instagram, yep.
So you could have seen that if you were following us there. There's a lot going on there. And then on Twitter, it's kind of the same thing, right? I don't have
it. Totally just the same thing.
Okay. Now, you could be watching this on YouTube, or maybe you're a new listener on where else we upload this podcast. We upload it on Anchor now, Anchor FM.
Yes, sir. So I will give them a brief rundown of Anchor real quick. That's cool.
Go ahead.
So we were on SoundCloud for the longest time, but there's limitations on podcasting on SoundCloud. So we are currently moving over to Anchor. They are like Spotify's minor leagues is pretty much like how I described it. They're just Spotify's podcasting platform. So we're live on Anchor, same time every week, Monday at 8 a.m., but it's strictly audio. So if you guys don't have time to watch YouTube, or I know YouTube streaming is a pain on like data usage or whatever, you guys want to listen to just straight audio, Anchor's the place to do it. I almost dropped my notebook.
Don't drop your notebook.
So that's where we are officially on Anchor, and through them we're working as the podcast grows. They work with other podcasting hosting services, so we're going to start working on getting onto Spotify itself, and even working our way to Apple Music or Apple Podcast. So
Apple Music.
I got bars.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do because I can't play any instruments, and I'm pretty sure you can't either.
I can play a song or two on the guitar.
Maybe we're going to have to recruit our buddy Josh to play the trumpet or something for us.
All right, this is where we're stopping this conversation. Moving on.
So we have 3 topics. 3, right? We didn't add any new ones.
No, we're still doing predictions and then the other 2 segments. But this week is the first...
Predictions, questions, and then news.
Yeah. This week is the first week we have the results of the predictions from last week. Now, what I did realize, and we're doing this a little bit different because of when the podcast goes out, so you guys are seeing this Monday at 8 a.m. We're going to talk about yesterday, which is Sunday, because I realized we're recording this at noon on Sunday. So, like, the last game on our list for last week hasn't even happened yet. Like, it plays tonight at 4 p.m. So, we're going to do Sunday to the following Sunday. Make it a little bit different. So, the Monday predictions, you guys are already going to get to see. Or the Sunday predictions, you guys are going to already get to see. But we won't know. So, last week... 76ers versus Nets. Cole, 76ers.
Oh, you can't see it. I mean, they're kind of glowing in the dark. So
it's Sunday at 12:30. I have a clock on my computer. It's 12:30.
Well, they can't see it.
76ers versus Nets. Cole predicted the 76ers would win. He was right. I said Nets. I was wrong. As far as leading the scorers, it was actually Ben Simmons and Spencer Dinwiddie, meaning Cole was right for the 76ers, and I was right for the Nets. Next, Grizzlies versus Pelicans. The Pelicans won, and we were both wrong on everything. I don't remember. I think it was J.J. Redick and I can't remember the guy's name on the Grizzlies. There's some bench player who just went off. So we were completely wrong on that whole thing. Lakers versus Celtics. The Celtics ended up winning, so we were both right on that, and we were both right on Tatum being the leading scorer. And then we both said LeBron, and it was 80. So we were wrong. We were wrong on that. Next, 76ers versus Raptors. Cole went Raptors. I went 76ers. Cole was right. I was wrong. And then the leading scorer for the 76ers was Tobias Harris, and the leading scorer for the Raptors was Fred VanVleet. So we were both wrong on the Raptors. Cole was right on the Sixers. And lastly, the last game that we actually can look at predictions for was the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Nets. Cole said the Lakers would win. He was right. I said the Nets. I was wrong. And then he was actually wrong on both leading scorers. They ended up being LeBron and Kyrie, and he said AD and Dinwiddie. So,
who did you say?
LeBron and Kyrie. Because I said it was going to be a battle of the Cleveland.
Oh boy.
So I was right. I don't know if we're going to keep track of that stuff. Maybe I should keep a counter for. I don't know. We'll see. But those are the results from last
We'll
week.
figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
So next, how did we do this last week? We did news and then questions and then predictions.
Yes, that's how
Are
that
we
goes. For
are
the
we
last
keeping it?
like 3 weeks.
Are we keeping that?
Yeah, let's go with
Okay.
that.
All right. So Zion's first 2 games, highly efficient, over 70% from the field. How we feeling?
I've heard both opinions of it because somebody that I listen to on a regular basis loved it, and somebody else was like, "Well, of course he's gonna make him because he was open." I'm like, "Oh, if they want to leave him open, right?" Like, and can't you can't knock a guy for making it when he's
No, and
open.
making open shots is the important thing. If you miss open shots, then you're not making the league.
No, uh, yeah, I think he did a pretty good job at the start of his first game. He wasn't doing too great, but I think he moved very well in the fourth quarter. What he played in the fourth quarter. I
Yeah,
think he got like 17 or 18 points in 18 minutes.
he got 5 in the first 3 quarters. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it might have been. I feel like it was 22 minutes. I think I might be wrong though.
No,
No, it was 22 points, and yeah, 22 points, and it had to be 18 or 19 minutes. Yeah, something like that. But I know he got 5 points in the first 3 quarters. Then he went off for 17, 4 for 4 shooting from 3, which is pretty impressive because he's already doing better than Ben Simmons. And I just took a laugh out of that. Now the second game he only scored 15 points, but I think the first game was 22-7, 22.7 rebounds. Second game was 15-6. So as he gets used to playing in the NBA, because you guys gotta he's shooting 71% from the field for both those games, which is absolutely incredible. Like that's a super high efficiency. Um, so that's dope. But you guys got to remember, he still hasn't adjusted to the NBA game because the most he's had was summer league and preseason, and
yeah,
most vets don't play either of those.
no,
So
no.
there's still a whole league he's got to adjust to.
And he missed the first half of the season. He hasn't played any NBA in a while, so
Yeah,
even a little bit. I mean, this is his first taste of actual NBA season, so it's going to take him a minute to get adjusted to it. And I think he's going to be great. But somebody said, can he catch Ja for the
I think
rookie of the year? I'm like, I don't think it's too little, too late. You know what I mean? I don't think it's happening.
we talked about that a little bit last week. I said about the only way that I think Zion could get rookie of the year is if he averages 30 and 10 a game. And that so far that's not happening. I'm not saying if he was doing this the whole season, 15, 18, 22 points, something like that, oh, he'd be rookie of the year in a heartbeat. But it's halfway through the season, and it really is too little, too late. So unless he starts averaging 30 and 10, and then Pelicans go to the finals, I don't think he's getting rookie of the year. Next, my least favorite NBA player, or he's developing to be my least favorite NBA player. Kyrie went for 45 the other night.
Oh no, he's turning on his own team.
No, I love the Nets. But I had 2 games to watch on League Pass today, and it was either the Mavericks or the Nets where Kyrie got 45, and I still chose Luka. I love the Nets stats, but I can't stand Kyrie and his attitude and his actions over the last few weeks, especially regarding his team. That's not how I was ever taught. I've played on teams where they didn't even give me the ball, and I still don't talk like that about my teams. So he just frustrates me. Kyrie went for 45. What are we feeling? I've given my opinion. I'm not a fan of Kyrie, but I can't stand him. 45 is pretty impressive.
45 is good, but I mean, if you're throwing your teammates under the bus and you're hogging the ball and you're still losing games, I don't.
I think I would rather start Dinwiddie.
You need more than 45 points to win a game. Is all I'm saying.
For sure. Yeah, that I remember.
Not him individually, the team.
Yeah,
but he thinks he is the team. So
I remember Allen Iverson, who literally is a scoring guard. That's what he was. Said something about a reporter asked him how he felt about averaging 31 points a game, and Allen Iverson sat there, told the reporter, he goes, 31 points isn't the whole game. I can score 30 every night, but that doesn't mean we're going to win. And he said it with the most respect, trying to, because they said he had no help on the team. He had Eric Snow, he had a broke down Dikembe Mutombo, a bunch of other players. He's like, but if they weren't on my team, we wouldn't win games. And they're right, 100% right. 30,
Exactly.
30 points, 45 points isn't the whole game. So moving on, LeBron just passed Kobe for third all-time scoring. He needed 18 points to do so, 17 to tie, 18 to beat. I don't remember exactly what LeBron got, but it was like a weird layup to get him past Kobe. So, changing of the tides. Now, here's the question. There's two people above him, Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, I think the Karl Malone thing is probably doable. The Kareem, I'm not too sure, because Kareem's very close to 40K. Oh, is that one of your questions? Okay. So we're just gonna
No,
stick to.
we'll just go with 4 questions later since you already asked it.
Uh, do we think LeBron can be first all-time scoring? We need to communicate better.
I don't know if he can, man. Like, somebody commented on a post and said if he plays 64 games a season or something to that effect and averages 25 points a game, he would need to play 65 games, 25 points a night for 3 seasons to be able to do it.
Yeah, and
I
he's
didn't
on
check,
his 17th season.
I didn't check those stats, so I don't know if that's true. But like, I mean, look at Vince Carter. He's not the same in his how many seasons he's in. He's not the same as he used to be. I mean,
No,
LeBron's better than Vince Carter, but
LeBron can
I
shoot.
don't
That's
think he can average 25 points a game when he's 39 years old.
no, and LeBron's about 3.3
How old
k
is
away from LeBron.
he? Yeah,
35.
35. So 38.
He's in his 17th season. Yeah, he's 35. He got in the league when he was 18. He's about 3.3K away from Karl Malone, which puts him like 5.3 or no, about 5K away from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I don't think that's doable. He's got 3 seasons left. You figure average is about, 2K, 2,100 points a season. If you're a good player, you know what I mean. That ends up being like, because 2,000 points over 100 games is like 20 points a game or something like that. So
You know
you
what I
figure
realized?
what?
Lakers fans are a little bit spoiled. Who's the
Yeah,
first time leading scorer?
Kareem.
Who do you play for?
He played for the Lakers and the Bucks
The Lakers. Who's number 3?
LeBron,
Who does he play for?
the Lakers,
Who's number 4?
Kobe.
Who do you play for?
Literally only the Lakers. Yeah,
There we
they are kind of spoiled. And fair notice, Wilt Chamberlain also played for the Lakers at one point.
go. Oh, yeah.
Uh, Wilt Chamberlain's the guy that got 100 points in a game, the monster.
Did he do that as a Laker, or was he on a different team?
I think he was on the Sixers at the time.
I think you're right.
But Wilt also averaged 50 points a game for a season, which is absolutely insane.
That is insane.
He also averaged more minutes than a game had. He averaged like 49 and a half minutes. That's how many overtimes he played. He averaged more minutes a game than the game had.
Dude, that's weird. Yeah. Apparently, Kyrie wants to be Wilt Chamberlain because that's how he talks. Anyway,
That man needs to be pushed off the flat earth.
that's a flat Earth. Just take him to the ice wall and chuck him over, right?
Yes, sir. So moving on. So we got Willie Cauley-Stein was traded to the Mavs. So if anybody knows, Dwight Powell had a horrible injury. I can't remember what it is. I'm not going to misquote it. It was something with his leg. He's out for the season. Dwight Powell was their starting 5. Very, very explosive, athletic center. He can shoot a little bit too. So they traded for Willie Cauley-Stein, who fits the role, but they traded him for a draft pick. Do we think Willie Cauley-Stein is going to make an impact, considering the need for it so for anybody that knows right now, Porzingis is a natural 4 guard. He's a power forward. So they have Porzingis starting at the 5 right now. Willie Cauley-Stein will be coming in, and Boban Marjanovic is a late game, last couple minutes player. So they really need a starting 5, which is probably going to be Willie Cauley-Stein. But can he make the same impact as Dwight Powell? That's what we need to know. He's a hard roller, but he's not as athletic as Powell. I don't think he's really got the skill that Powell does.
I think that Luka can elevate anybody's game, so I think he'll be able to do it. I think he'll be able to do enough to keep them right where they are in the seeding and maybe move a little bit higher, because I just think that's how the Mavericks are going to play this season. because Porzingis is good and Luka's great. So
And they're both in full swing. Now, for statistic purposes, I don't remember what Dwight Powell's averaging, it slipped my mind, but Cauley Stein is about a 10-point-a-game player and about a 7-rebound-point-a-game player, or 7-rebound-a-game player, which is pretty efficient for who's mostly been a bench center,
yeah,
and
that's not
shooting like 54% from the field. He's not a bad player. I don't feel like he's going to be able to personally be able to match Dwight Powell in regards to the production.
obviously he's not going to be able to match him, but I don't think it'll be too much of a drop off where it'll affect the team to
To where they start losing a bunch of games.
yeah, I don't think it'll be able to do that to him. I think
Fair enough. So, moving to our last topic, Zach LaVine for most improved player. What are we thinking? Dude's a monster.
Yes.
He got 44 the other night.
Yeah, he's a monster, dude. Marketing just got hurt, so I wonder how that's gonna affect his game. But
I'm sure he'll end up with 50 at some point this season.
yeah, probably.
With LaVine producing so much, and this is what I keep reminding people when I do talk about basketball, is 2 to 3 seasons ago, LaVine was in the G League.
Yes.
So that's what I think. Like, I don't think a most improved player is like averaging 8 points now, averaging 20. I think that consistent growth of the last 2 to 3 seasons is something that should definitely put LaVine in for the conversation for most improved. Right as well as Siakam, because Siakam definitely is in the conversation again. You know, he was in the conversation last year, and he's in the I think he's definitely in the conversation again.
I love that guy.
I can't stand him.
What?
I just don't like the Raptors. I don't like the Raptors because you're a team. I don't really have an actual basketball reason for it. But,
I'm gonna like this guy.
Zach LaVine for most improved player. What are we feeling? How are we feeling?
Absolutely, I think he's doing a great job. The only I can't. Oh man, I don't know who else would get it. Like, I haven't been paying that much attention to people's stats last year compared to this year. I just kind of watch, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't. I'm gonna. I forget who's in the ranking right now. I did just look at it today. Trae Young's in the ranking. Luka's in the ranking. Brandon Ingram's in the ranking for it. Jaylen Brown, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Fred VanVleet, your guy.
Hey.
I don't know. I feel like LaVine should be in the conversation, especially considering Luka's comparison last year to this year was 27 points to 30 points. Well, technically 29.8, but like you get the idea. I think Zach LaVine should be in that conversation. He's not ranked anywhere, but
I mean, Luka improved, but I don't like he went from great to being a little bit greater. I don't think it should be improved player of the year.
I wonder if they discount LaVine because of what he was before the injury.
They might.
Because he's just kind of returning back to what he was. He was a monster before on the Timberwolves. Anyways, we're going to move on and get to the questions because that's a dead-end conversation trying to figure out if he was how they want to rank players.
Okay, so the starters for the All-Star team have been announced. How do you know who they are?
I know Luke is on there. I know Trae Young is on there. LeBron's on there.
The West is AD, LeBron, Luka, Kawhi, and Harden are the starting 5. And for the East, it's Giannis, Trae Young, Kemba Walker, Siakam, and Embiid.
There we go. Those are good starting 5.
Thoughts on them?
Can you read me back the East one?
The East was Giannis, Trae, Kemba, Siakam, and Embiid.
They need a 2-guard.
They need a 2-guard.
So you look at the forwards. Giannis is 7 foot. Siakam's 6'10". Embiid's 7 foot. Like, these guys are monsters. But like Trae Young's 6'1", 6'2", and then who was the other guy? Why can't I remember his name? The other guard for the
Kemba.
Yeah, Kemba's 6 foot. Like, they need a big 2-guard because you look at the other side. What was it? It was AD,
LeBron, Luka, Kawhi, Harden.
Yeah, look at that. The shortest guy is Harden. He's 6'5". So I'm thinking, like, for game purposes, they don't have the size to guard the West. But the West has always been better than the East for probably 2 decades now, since Jordan played.
But I think it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be interesting to say the least.
I think Luka's going to go off and it's going to be over, so
Probably.
it doesn't matter to me.
Oh, the East is getting their butts whipped 100%. The only downfall the West really has is Harden. Like, I don't know how many whistles the refs are going to be blowing. You know,
They kind of just let you play in the All-Star game. I did watch it last year, and they just let you play. There's not really a whole lot of foul calls.
and there's not a lot of defense played either. But
That is true. Harden might go for 80.
I
Harden might
mean,
go for 80.
even a little bit of defense.
Yeah, if there's defense, they might get foul calls. Harden seems to know how to pull that off.
Yeah, true.
All
right. So that's the LeBron past Kobe thing. Will the Magic be able to finish at 500?
What are they at right now?
21-25.
So they're going to finish 41-41. I'm going to say yes, because Markelle Fultz, the improvement. Vucevic is still a solid player. Fournier is still a solid player. I think the improvement that they've had this season can definitely elevate them. And Markelle Fultz has been improving this entire season, so I think they could definitely finish around 500.
I think they can too. If not,
within a
I
game
think
or
they're
two.
going to finish. At the very worst, I see them at like 39 wins. At the very worst.
I think it'd be within a game or two of 500.
Yeah, I think it will be too. I think that'll. Do you think that'll be enough for them to make the playoffs?
In the East? Probably. It's the East. Come on now.
I feel deeply offended by that.
The Nets, Raptors, Celtics, Miami Heat are probably shoe-ins, and that's about it. Let's be real. Oh, the Bucks. I forget about the Bucks. Yeah.
Are you being a little biased?
Yes. Yes. The Bucks, Nets, Raptors, Heat, and Celtics are probably like the only guarantees. So there's 3 spots to mess with in the East, and it's not going to be the Hornets or the Knicks.
Can the Grizzlies maintain the 8th seed?
What conference are they in? They're in the West Conference, right?
They're in the West.
Yeah. I think so. I think Ja can pull that off, and Jonas Valanciunas is a great player. I think they have the right pieces to maintain.
I almost bought his jersey. Thank God I didn't.
Jonas Valanciunas?
What's that?
Jonas's?
Yeah.
You bought to Mars. They both left anyways. This is a problem.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm glad I didn't buy Giannis's.
Jonas's.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm just... Ignore me, guys.
I don't want to, dude. My guy, the one Nets jersey I have, played for the Nets, then went to the Jazz, then went to the Big Three, then played for the Pistons for 10 days and left. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, that's another question I came up with just now that you said Detroit.
Yes, Detroit. I love them. Good team.
So there's been rumors about D Rose. You think he's getting traded? Do you think he's going?
I hope not. I hope not. I think he's carving out his game again in the Pistons or in Detroit, and I feel like he needs to be there for at least another season or two before he bounces.
No, knowing our luck, he's probably going to go to Golden State with Steph and Clay.
I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to talk. He's just gonna make me cry.
I don't know if we'll get traded or not. Part of me says no, but like part of me wants to see where he would go. You know what I mean?
I keep seeing all these trade rumors for Kyle Kuzma for D Rose to send him to the Lakers, and I'm like, y'all got Rondo, Caruso, Green, Danny Green, Bradley Beal, or Avery Bradley. Like, y'all.
What would Detroit have to be smoking to send D Rose to the Lakers for freaking Kuzma?
That's a fair trade, I think, actually. Well, D Rose is a little bit better and definitely a great player right now, but he's also on his downhill slope. But I don't know what you have so many good guards in LA. Why? Like, you have all these great defensive guards, and Rondo can score, Danny Green can shoot that. So, I don't know what,
Maybe he should go to the other LA team.
Danny Green? He won a championship. He won a championship.
Send Danny Green
to the Clippers. He won a championship with Kawhi. He can do it again.
He won 2 championships with Kawhi.
That is true. I forgot about the Spurs.
I was talking about D Rose though. Send him to the Clippers.
I'm not really feeling that one. They got Pat Bev there.
Paul George, D Rose, and Kawhi.
You're right. I think I might cream my pants. That is terrifying to think about, especially D Rose now. He's back in MVP form.
But yeah, anyway, wherever he might go, it'll probably be interesting as long as they don't send his ass to like Brooklyn or something. Anyway, moving swiftly on to the next question about Brooklyn.
Trade him for Kyrie and get him out of there.
Will Brooklyn Nets make the playoffs?
What are they right now?
Terrible. Oh wait, record. I don't know. I'm using my phone for this. You want to look that up?
Yeah, I'll look it up real quick. If they're not seeded now, then I don't. I really have lack of faith in Brooklyn. If that's. Oh, so where they seed.
Yeah.
The Magic are 7th seed right now. They're 21-25. Pacers are playing well, apparently. I didn't know that. And then I pretty much named every other top 5 team. No, because we're 1 game above the Bulls whooping our ass. The Bulls. And then we're 2 games behind or 2 games ahead of the Pistons. No, I don't think that we'll be anywhere below 11 seed, but I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. And I think that is all because of Kyrie.
Oh, Kyrie, you freaking flat earther over
He is the coronavirus of the Brooklyn Nets. All right. I can't stand it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Kyrie's a great fantasy player because, like, you can have players from other teams so he doesn't ruin the entire team for you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even draft Kyrie in, like you know the 2K mode where you can, like, fantasy draft your whole team?
Yeah.
Dude, last time I did that, I got Paul George, and Kyrie was still left in the second round. I chose D Rose. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I won't even pick Kyrie in 2K. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man, all right. Now that we've finished your third Kyrie rant, let's move into the predictions.
Trade him. I want D'Angelo Russell back. All right. Predictions
here. Fourth rant here.
Deloading was better. I said that last year too. All right. Mavericks OKC.
Mavericks OKC.
Now that game, real quick, that game plays tonight. So you guys
already know the result.
You guys will know the results before we do. So,
I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
I'm gonna go with the Mavericks. Luka, because that's just easy. And
if you don't go with
Chris Paul.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say Mavs as well, but I'm going to stick with Luka because, come on. But I'm actually gonna say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's the 2 guard for OKC. He's been killing it. Okay. Next, Celtics and Miami.
We're going to Miami anyway. Miami, Jimmy Butler, and
Tatum.
No, the other one. Oh my
Brown.
God. Yeah. Brown. I couldn't think of his first name.
Jaylen. His name's Jaylen Brown. So I'm gonna go with
Jaylen Brown.
Miami and Butler as well, but I'm actually going to say Walker. I feel like Kemba's gonna have a good night.
Yep.
Next, Grizzlies and Nuggets.
Grizzlies and Nuggies.
And Nuggies.
I'm Baby Yoda.
Hello.
Or Baby Yoda I am. Anyway.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast.
Or the teams again.
Grizzlies and Nuggets.
Grizzlies and Nuggets. I don't know. Nuggets. Nuggets. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets.
Is that because you were wrong on the Grizzlies last week?
No, it's because I think the Nuggets are better.
Fair enough. The honesty, I like it.
I don't know who the scorers are gonna be.
That's a tough team to decide. They have a lot of good pieces. Either team, really.
I'm mind blanking right now, dude. Give me a hint here.
All right, I'm going to say Nuggets as well. I'm going to go with Jokic and Ja.
Yeah, Ja. I'll go with Ja too. But Nuggets.
You can say
Dude, why am
Jokic,
I
Murray.
mind blanking so hard right now?
Dude, their two best players are Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Let's go with Murray then.
The other options you have are like Gary Harris.
Gary Harris. That name sounds like something that was in a movie. I don't know. Anyway.
Next, Los Angeles versus Los Angeles.
Again,
For the third time this season.
This isn't the fourth. I thought it was the fourth.
Dude, too many times.
We're gonna go with the Clippers again. I'm gonna go with Kawhi again, and let's go with. I feel like it's only AD or LeBron.
It really is though.
LeBron has a bad night. We're going with AD.
All right, I am going with Lakers, which is our first disagreement on a team today. And I'm going to say PG because I just have faith in him. And I'm also going to say Alex Caruso to kind of throw an oddball. I feel like Caruso can do 25, 30 points tonight.
Caruso.
Yeah, he's a one guard. Next, Nets versus Pistons.
Nets. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kyrie versus the Pistons.
I wasn't sure if you said Nets or Knicks.
Kyrie Irving versus the Pistons.
Kyrie, he doesn't pass the ball, and Pistons with D-Rose.
Okay, and who wins? Do you say Nets?
Detroit.
I have to say Nets. I have to say Kyrie. No, actually, I don't. I want to say Dinwiddie. Dinwiddle. And I am going to agree with the D-Rose. Next, Raptors versus Pistons.
Raptors all day long, buddy.
I'm actually going to agree with you on this one.
I feel like there's a lot of people to pick on the Raptors. Not a lot of people, but I feel like it's more than...
There's a lot of scorers.
Yeah.
A lot of raw scorers. You have Marcus Gasol can go off any night. Van Vliet. You have Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry. Norman Powell's a good shooter. You have a lot of good options on the team.
Ibaka can go off when he wants to.
I forget about him all the time because I always think of him defensively.
Yeah, well, you should.
Facts.
I'm going to go with Siakam tonight. Not tonight, but I'm going to go with Siakam as my pick today.
I'm going to pop some down.
Let's go with is Griffin out?
No, I think I saw him in a clip the other day. I think Blake Griffin is eligible to play. I think it's Blake Griffin. I think he's able to play.
I'll go with Blake Griffin then. I almost said Lake Griffin.
False. He's actually officially out for the rest of the season.
Oh wow, that's that.
As of like 2 nights ago.
Oh wow. Well, he's. I'm predicting him for 0 points.
I was gonna give him at least like a technical free throw off the bench or something.
He's gonna have a 5-0. I don't want to say D-Rose again. All
right, well, I'll go while I'm waiting on you. Cool?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going with Van Vliet, and I'm going to say Andre Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond makes sense.
Cool. I think that's going to be a good game. I think Andre Drummond's been doing good, especially with BG out. So I'm excited to see that. Also, before we end the podcast, because this last episode was a 48-minute podcast, this one's going to be like 38 minutes. Next week, you guys will officially see the first podcast in person.
I'm announcing this correct.
This is actually the first time I've said anything about me moving at all on YouTube or any social media. So I'm actually moving to PA, going back home, and I'm going to be taking my mic. I have a laptop set up. So Cole and I are going to be doing next week's podcast completely in person. The background will be changing over the next few weeks. This coming week will be a completely different background than the following week because I don't know where we're doing next week's, but I think the week after that we should be able to do it in my room at my dad's house until I get an apartment. Or wherever you want to do it. I mean, if you have a different idea, let me know.
We can think of something.
But we're gonna be changing up the podcast. I'm moving back up to PA, so that'll be dope. Oh, I do the outro on this, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
All right, so follow us on our socials, Instagram and Twitter, linked down below. Give us a follow. We're growing on Instagram. I think we've just got like 2 followers over this past week. I don't know how or where because I haven't really been focusing, paying too much attention to that because I've been doing 90,000 other things like packing up my room. And then Twitter is still doing. I just retweet stuff and talk about NBA. And as soon as he gets his Twitter app back on his phone, I'll send him over the information so he can get stuff. But he doesn't feel like doing it.
Happen.
No, not a Twitter person. To be fair, I only use Twitter to tweet out my videos, so like on my personal account. I can give you the podcast to Instagram info. God, wasting my time, Cole. And then subscribe to us on YouTube. We're at 7 subs now, so I guess goal is 25. Let's aim for 25 by summer. I don't know. That sounds reasonable.
Sure.
And then I guess follow us on Anchor as well. Super stoked about getting on Anchor. It's a great platform to definitely get us out there and grow us a little bit more. So I'm excited. And it's also audio format. So again, if you guys don't want to watch this whole thing, because I know YouTube's bad on data, go check us out on Anchor. You guys can listen to the whole audio experience of the podcast, including the intro as an audio format. I don't know.
But if you have a question you want to ask on the podcast, you need to comment it on YouTube. Or maybe you can drop it on Instagram.
Or yeah, shoot us. The DMs are completely open, so you can DM us on IG. And if it's a question that I feel is good for a video, then I'll drop it down in the video. If not, then I'll just text Cole and we'll get an answer back to you as soon as possible of both of our opinions. That's why I think you should get the Instagram info. Just saying, so you can answer DMs. So if you guys have any questions, you gotta shoot us a DM on Twitter, Instagram, or leave it in the comment section on YouTube. And follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. This has been Tyler.
Ring the bell. All right, I'm Cole.
Ding! And Cole, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Dude, ring an actual bell. Peace.